Hello everyone! Today we're going to be taking a look at the Ciel Phantomhive 1/8 scale figure produced by Aniplex. This figure underwent a series of delays. It was originally up for pre-order in November 2015 when I pre-ordered him, but we didn't see him until 2017. I actually got him just a few days ago. However, that was because I ordered from Tokyo Otaku Mode and they were fixing the problem they had with the box. When the official promo pics or official pictures for this figure finally came out, when we saw the box, everyone noticed that it said Book of Mutter instead of Book of Murder. And unfortunately, that wasn't a typo they fixed before the figure was originally shipped. Aniplex later, made the correct boxes and sent it out to certain clients who had already received the item. However, Tokyo Otaku Mode just waited until the corrected boxes came in so they can send the correct box with everyone, and we wouldn't have two boxes for a figure. The box itself is very lovely. It has the look of leather and it has this golden foiling on it. It's not textured or anything, it just looks like leather, but the golden foil looks so nice and it catches the light brilliantly. I love books like this, so I was so happy to have a figure box that looks like this. I don't often think, oh, I want to display the box, but this figure is definitely, the box I want to display. On one side, there is this page-like, page image right there. That's also at the top of the box, as well as on the bottom. However, you see, the hazard information and all that sort of thing as well. I think it's a very good place for it. It doesn't detract anything from the figure box. There's a Velcro closer right here, and when you open it, you get to see a window to the figure, as well as the art on the side right there. The golden foil detail is also on the inside flap, and I think this was excellently executed, because it doesn't break from the theme of the book since they added this flap. I haven't taken Ciel out of the his plastic prison quite yet, but I did open the box because I was looking for the booklet. Some people who shipped it taped it to the box, but Tokyo Otaku Mode put it inside. So here's the instruction booklet. It also has the golden foil detailing on it, which is pretty good, and it's huge. It's a really big instruction manual. The instruction manual is actually a blue envelope, and you pull it out and it has a little booklet right there. A black booklet with golden foil. This is textured, so it's nice. And it's not actually an instruction manual, but a comic. Ciel is very well protected. And let's go ahead and take him out of the plastic. And that just fell out. Alright. Starting out with the base. The texture and shading on this base is absolutely wonderful. And I like that they went with kind of like a more cream color and off-white instead of a solid white. Might be a little hard to show this, but there's a really nice skull right there. He has metal pegs, of course, instead of, you know, just plastic, so he has better support. And again, just the texture is absolutely wonderful. Gosh, this base is great. Look at that beautiful skull. Here's his riding crop. It's just simple. It has a small bend to it because Ciel himself is holding it in two hands and, you know, bending it. And this like nice blue tassel. Even the tassel has a little bit of shading on the ends. And of course there's this metal color right here at the end of the riding crop. There are these tiny, tiny little forks and knives. Hopefully I can get it to focus a little bit. It's so tiny. It's not pointy at the end because you're supposed to stick it in the base. Here's the detailing. Again, it's not like how it should be on the end because you're supposed to put it in the base, but there's a fork and the same detailing. These are really small but pretty detailed for the size they are. Time for the main attraction. One of the differences from the original images that were shown for Ciel is that the Phantomhive crest was a bit more detailed in them. You know, it lost some of the details in the mass production, but I still think it's a nice piece and it's not too noticeable. His face is absolutely lovely, and I think they got a really nice expression on him. There's some nice detailing here on his sleeves and in his, you know, where his shirt would be and that sort of thing. Everything about this figure is just so stunning. The tassels aren't as detailed as they were in the pictures either. But they're not bad. I think the tassel for the riding crop has a bit more detail on it than these do. I love the flow of the figure. He's obviously like, it looks really nicely in mid-motion for both his eye patch and, you know, this part of the hat right here. The folds on the clothing are absolutely stunning. And I tried to see if there are any like paint defects or anything on the figure, but I didn't spot anything. The only real differences I think that I can, you know, tell from this and the original pictures that were shown to us are that there's some lack of detail on the crest on top of his hat, as well as, you know, the tassels. Everything else looks pretty spot on. Maybe you can get this. It's an awkward angle, but you can see that too. This is nicely done. There's some transparency here on the edges, and it gets a little darker, but it's still semi-transparent. I just really love the folds on all of this. It looks better when I don't have my hand my hand behind it so you can see the transparency. His little socks look so cute. And he has such a nice taste in shoes. He has metallic paint where he should, and it looks so great. Here on the buttons of the jacket, there on the side of his shorts, on these, what are they called? Garters? I'm not exactly sure what these are called, but they hold up the, socks. On the corset, and again more on the jacket itself. His ring looks really cute, and it's such a small detail. They painted it pretty well for that fact. The sculpting in his ear is even good. This is a 1/8 scale, but I believe it's more of a 1/7 if you compare it to the 1/8 Kotobukiya figure. And I really have no complaints about this. He looks so beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and put him together so we can take a full look at the piece. Since the instruction booklet was a manga, there's no actual instructions for it, but it's pretty easy to tell where things are supposed to go. There's some pegs. The metal pegs that I showed previously are for this piece. And there's another metal peg right here where you stick this foot. There are also some little end grooves right here on top of the skull where you stick the fork and the knife. You can tell which one is for which, because the knife is just one rectangle and the fork has a little bit of a pattern right there. It's a little different. It's bigger at the top and smaller at the bottom. Be very mindful when you're putting in the cutlery, because there's really small fragile pieces. The hole for the knife was actually, groove as well. Like it had a place where it was smaller also. So you have to pay attention to how you're supposed to put it in. And just be very slow and do it gradually, because these are kind of small and, they can break. It looks really good with all the additions though. I love this base. Aniplex did an absolutely lovely job with this sculpt. I love how dynamic everything is, and how it looks like he's just, flowing, like the wind is going this way. They did such a great job with that. Like everything looks like it is being blown to that side. And they made wonderful choices for the textures in the base, the colors that they used. They have shiny shoes, shiny gloves, and matte for most of the pieces of clothing, except the pieces that have metallic colors. The skull is sculpted very nicely, and they did a really good job sculpting those small little cutlery pieces. The only thing I think is that he is advertised as a 1/8, but he looks much more like a 1/7. Of course, every company has their own idea of their scales, but if you compare him to the 1/8 scale Kotobukiya figure, he really does look like he's just a tiny bit bigger than he is. They are very different poses, but he does look much smaller, even though he's sitting, and that makes him look smaller too. The head size is smaller than here, and just his body looks smaller. Of course, Aniplex could just have a different definition of what 1/8 is, but I'd like to consider him a 1/7 instead. Another thing I really like about this figure is that he looks, best, in my opinion, when you're looking down, and it's hard to find figures to put on your lower shelves. So that's a really good thing because, you can put him on one of your lower shelves and you'll know that he will look stunning. If he would focus, maybe you can tell. So I really appreciate having figures that are kind of made to be on the lower shelves. I hope that you liked this closer look. If you're looking for Ciel, the last time I checked, he was still available on Tokyo Otaku mode, and you don't have to worry about the, spelling error on the box. They will send the correct box for that. Anyway, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Goodbye.